What's up, fellow entrepreneur and FlowChat connectors? If you're watching this video, it's because you want to learn about the ultimate social media strategies that will skyrocket your business. So if you're struggling with figuring out how to find some unlimited growth, this video is for you. Bam! What's up, FlowChat Connector? How you doing today? Hope you're really well. Would love a like and a share out to somebody that might need a little bit of more knowledge. And of course, if you see value throughout this video, please smash that subscribe button because I would love to have you as a returning person to join the conversation. Today, we're going to dive into how to create limitless growth. We're going to cover strategy, tools, and system in that order because that's the order that we need to all kind of keep in mind as we're building business. So let's dive into some of these slides. What's first and foremost? First and foremost, we have to decide what our strategy is. Now, there's many different acquisition strategies that a business can have, and it ranges, but there's about 4 major buckets that I'm going to share with you today. These 4 buckets are where most people fall. Of course, there's other methods and everything out there, but when it comes to social media specifically, these are the 4 that most people talk about in the industry. So I just want to kind of cover that. The first one is, do you use an organic strategy? People are like, Sean, what's an organic strategy? Well, an organic strategy is that in just you're putting content out. So you're going outbound with your content and you're making posts on all of the different socials, and then people are coming inbound because your content has gone outbound. So we need to agree on one thing that's an absolute. No matter what, it's always outbound first. You're putting the energy out there, whether you just have a big name or you have some cool posts or content or whatever, it's always outbound first. And then people seeing that information, they come inbound. So you might hear the inbound, outbound terminology. Just know that everything starts with outbound no matter where we're at, right? Happy to argue that one. If you think differently, please leave a comment below because I'd love to know that. But let's talk about organic. What is it again? You put a post out there as an example talking about something cool that you're doing. Maybe you're coaching, maybe you have an agency, you're talking about like one of these strategies or something that you teach. And then people will then kind of come your way. So they'll see your post, they'll like it, they'll share it, they'll feel cool about it. Maybe they even spark a conversation with you. So that's one type of strategy that we could use. Is that your strategy? I don't know. Comment below. Secondly, another one of the major ones out there, paid advertising on all the different social media platforms, right? So you have, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, Slack, Discord, all the different channels that are out there. And paid ads is another one where you would actually build a piece of content, okay? And you're going to post it on, say, like a Facebook page, and then you go into the ad side of the house, you grab that content that you posted on your page, and you give Facebook some money and tell them who you want to show that piece of content to by demographic psychographics. That's the definition of what paid ad is. Again, we're going outbound with a paid ad. We create that. We set the criteria. That goes outbound, and then people come inbound our way, right? So when the paid ad strategy is out there, people are coming our way from content that we've posted and put the metrics up to set. And then from there, we can drive them into our business. So again, that's kind of a paid ad strategy. Works really well. You can get results fast, but it can be really expensive, as you probably know. Next one, maybe you use challenges. You've probably seen a lot of challenges out there. Hey, this is a 5-day challenge. This is a 10-day challenge, 15-day challenge. The 75 hard is a 75-day challenge of which you have to do 3 different things. And people throw out these challenges for free. They spend an inordinate amount of time, energy, effort, money, blood, sweat, and tears to build the challenge. So they build it, they go outbound, people come through their challenge, and then they come inbound your way because they like what they're learning, or maybe you've solved a problem that they may have had in their business, and then they end up buying something from you. So that is another acquisition strategy that you can deploy. The last one we're going to talk about is virtual summits. This one takes even more energy than challenges typically do because once you build a challenge, you can rinse and repeat it multiple times. That is how you get the cyclical growth curves in most businesses. When it comes to virtual summits, similar, but this one you have to go out and find experts in your field, interview them, record all that stuff, put it together, push all of that outbound, market that thing, get people to your virtual summit. So however you do that, maybe you couple it with paid advertising, maybe you couple it with organic posting or something of that sort, and you get people to come inbound and join your virtual summit, right? So it's another type of acquisition strategy. So once you know the strategy that you're going to choose, there's pros and cons to all of these things. Once you know the strategy that you're going to choose, now we have to move to what are the tools that you actually need in order to execute on the strategy that you're using. So specifically, I want to talk about managing prospects. So we all need to get some definitions correct. Number one is suspect. A suspect is somebody on a social media platform that we can go to their page and we can say, look, this person meets this certain criteria. There's 4 questions here, yes or no questions, and they answer yes to all of those questions. And so now they're what we would call is we're looking at their profile. Like, is this person in the USA? Does this person have English as their primary language? Does this person serve B2B? So very quickly, we can create some sort of a filtering criteria and qualify or pre-qualify a suspect and turn them into a prospect, somebody that might be likely to come our way and buy our service or product. So what tools do we need when we're running these different types of strategies in order to execute correctly? Well, let's go through it. By the way, I want to talk about managing prospects because there are some tools out there. People say, oh, Sean, it's a CRM, but this is before a true prospect would get into any CRM because we don't want to clog up all of our leads inside of any CRM. That's actually one of the main reasons why we built FlowChat. FlowChat is a social media sales enablement technology that allows you to manage prospects and connect with prospects at unheard of amounts of scale. So we do relationship building at scale, just so you know what it is. What does your system look like? And it can have this, it can't have this. I just put FlowChat in there, obviously, because I'm biased towards it. But here's an example of a system and the tools that we might need in order to run the play. So first and foremost, you got to have some sort of a system of doing your content posting. So on the left-hand side, you see this young lady. She's like, oh, I'm going to post all these things and these people are going to see my post and they're going to kind of come my way. They might like one of her posts. They might make a comment. They might even start a direct message conversation saying, hey, your stuff is on fire. Most people let a lot of people slip through the cracks because they don't have a tool or a system that they can enter right in after the organic posting is made. FlowChat was designed and built for that. So now what you can do is make that organic post, and then all of the likes, all of the comments, all of the DMs that come from that outbound post that you made, and now these people are coming inbound, you can click one button and you can absolutely categorize those people in a hurry by putting them into a Kanban style system, of which then you can deploy messaging sequences at these people using FlowChat. In those conversations, very authentic, very organic, and it's human to human. No bots exist in FlowChat. There's no automation. There's no automated message sending. There is no automated friend requesting or connection request or following or anything like that, because those things go against the terms of service and compliance of every major social platform. Case in point, there was 2 big companies that got put out of business recently by the big social platforms, and now they have thousands of members. In fact, the first case, there was more than 2,000 members who lost their social asset, meaning the company took away their profile so they can never use it again. And we never want to be that person as FlowChat. Just so you know, we play by the rules, right? So there are tech companies that do that kind of stuff. It's a very gray area. Just be careful. I'm just warning you. So anyway, we would use the outbound organic method here. And then we would collect the likes, the comments, the posts, the DMs, all the stuff that we've sent out there from the inbound people now coming our way. We sort them into a Kanban style system inside of FlowChat, and we have an organic conversation to drive them to maybe like a booked call on a calendar. And then when they book that call on the calendar, only then are we adding them into our CRM. There's a lot of CRMs on the market. Some of the biggest ones in the world you would know: Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive, Close.io. Go High Level is another one that's taken the world by storm recently. So those are the types of CRM people. We're not really considered a CRM, but we are a CRM for prospect and message management, right? So that's kind of the thing we do. But again, we play nice with all of those people. This is what your system might look like. When you have this picture of your structure, it's really easy to build all the stuff and fill in the gaps, right? Secondly, maybe you're a paid ads person, right? So you have to have a way to put the paid ad out there. But then what's happening with most people, we had this recent case, this girl named Fabi. She was running paid ads and asking people to join her Facebook group. And then she was manually tracking all of those people in her group, her tech, on a spreadsheet, right? So she was using a little extension that when people tried to join her group, she clicked a button and it dropped onto a spreadsheet. And then from there, she was trying to manage all the messages and she was letting a lot of money slip through the cracks. So FlowChat has their own extension. We have our own standalone software. And when somebody tried to join a group, so Fabi came to us, she's like, can you solve this? We said yes all day. She runs her paid ads to join her group. People are ready to join her group. One click. And all of that information is immediately stored, set up, ready to go. So it's just boom, 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 really fast, a different way of doing it and attacking this type of setup, this type of system. And so now we could take paid ad and we can be even more targeted in our messaging. The right message with the right people equals explosion in a business. And that's what FlowChat allows you to amplify or accelerate in your, we just empower you, right? We give you the right tech to do the thing. And then from there, you can drive the conversation right onto a calendar. When somebody books, again, they're going to be pushed into your CRM using some other tech. So this could be a system. And in this case, this is the exact system that we set up for Fabi. And she went from doing $30,000 a month to now doing over $250,000 a month every single month. Now, results vary based on your efforts. I'm the big disclaimer, just know that. But it was one example of many where we've used a paid ad strategy in combination with the right tech system and team to equal the result that we want. But it always starts with the strategy. So again, if you're a paid strategy, this might be kind of how you have it set up. Next one would be a challenge system. Very similar, but instead of doing the outbound post in a paid ad and getting people to come our way, we need to generate the outbound. We need to actually reach out to some people. So we can do it through paid ads. We can do it through other means. However, one of the coolest things about FlowChat is it meshes and matches with anything that you're doing already, right? It's a very adaptable and flexible tech. In this particular setup, we would use FlowChat to do our outbound messages. We can go into groups of other challenges that are similar to ours. We can click a button, collect all the group members. Boom. Now we have a way to talk and say, hey, I'm doing this author cool challenge. You like that one? Come check out ours, right? Now we start driving those people right into our challenge through messaging outbound, which is great. Works amazing well. We've done it to the tens of millions of dollars multiple times and helped hundreds of other businesses do the same thing. So we use FlowChat on the front end for challenges. We have a lot of clients that do that. And then, hey, once somebody gets into your challenge, well, you can actually use FlowChat to now manage those people. Again, management of people and messaging through the challenge. So it's like day one, do this, day two, do this, day three, do this. And we have a system that's set up on exactly what somebody needs to do, going all the way through the challenge. And of course, once they get through the challenge, we say, hey, you're up for your graduation call, book a call. When they book the call, they're pushed onto a calendar, which would then put them into a CRM from which you can now do email marketing and some of the other things that's capable. So you can use FlowChat on the front side of a challenge. You can use it in the middle. You can use it afterwards to do the thing that most people don't do the best at, which is lead nurture. Most people forget about lead nurture, but it is a very valuable part of any system. So as you're developing and building this, if this is you're doing for the first time, or maybe you've seen this 100 times, this is a simplistic version of just starting at a very big visionary, like here's the strategy, and then we just start filling in all the parts below it. This is the one you want to run. Last and not least, we've got the virtual summits. Very similar to that challenge move where you need to go outbound to get people to go and register for your summit. So you can do it a number of ways. Most people choose either outbound messaging directly. They run paid advertising to the challenge or to the summit, and then people will see that and they will come inbound and they will come and join the summit, right? So same thing here. You use FlowChat to drive people into your summit as an example, and then you execute on the summit. And then afterwards, maybe we set up another flow inside of FlowChat to drive people from, hey, you love the challenge. Maybe they bought something from there, which is great because now you have a client. But if they didn't, where are those people going? Are they falling through the cracks, or can we use another flow to put them on the calendar? And when they book again, of course, they would just pop right into the CRM. So this is kind of an overall, we covered strategy. We covered tools that you may need, right? So you're going to need some sort of a scheduling software. in our world, personally, we use Go High Level scheduling software because they got some great ones, right? You might need a funnel, you might need some of these other tools. And then of course, the overall system, what does that look like? So we got to have the strategy, the tools, and then put together the building blocks of the system, fill in the gaps, and now we have a winning strategy on what we're going to do. And as you can see, no matter which of these major four that most people choose, FlowChat fits somewhere in there before a CRM actually comes into play. So it has a totally different use than what most people think. I just wanted to share that with you. But again, regardless if you use FlowChat or you don't use FlowChat, I would love for you to use FlowChat, but I don't care if you don't. You just have to have some sort of a system set up. So remember the strategy. What's the strategy that you're using in your business? Again, right? What again, what's the strategy you're looking in your business? What are the tools that you need? And lastly, what does that system look like from a one pager? Just kind of like I shared. If FlowChat's right for you, in the comments description below, again, just book a call. Come check it out. We'll have a conversation with you. You'll join a call on our team. We have some really kick-ass players that are using FlowChat for themselves, and they'll just share their experience and their story. And if it's the ultimate social media strategy that you can use to skyrocket your customer base, let's go. Let's grow together, right? And remember, we're only going to ask you 3 questions on the call. The first one is, do we solve a problem for you, right? Number 2 is, how and where do we implement the solution to solve the problem? And then number 3, what does success look like? So if those things are interesting to you, you want to learn how to use FlowChat with one of these other strategies and the other tools that you might need to execute on any of these things, please book a call. Come check us out, because I know we could probably help you. With that said, you've just been tuned up. I know this one was probably pretty valuable for you. Again, if you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure and hit that like button and share this out to somebody else that might be able to use it. With that said, I can't wait to see you next time. I'm so interested in your comments below. Leave what tools, what strategy, and what is the system that you have set up so I can learn a little bit more about you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.